I'm Dr. Sri Banerjee, core faculty for the College of Health Sciences and Public Policy at Baldwin University. And in this video, I want to share a specific type of tool that's out there, an analytic tool, which I want more people to not only become aware of, but begin to apply in a lot of their research. So let's get started here. So if you think about the four primary types of statistical packages that are out there, the one that many people use is SAS. That's one that is used in a lot of governmental agencies and even public health agencies like the Centers for Disease Control, the NIH, and other places. Some other packages include, for instance, data, and then R and RStudio, which I'll be going over in this specific video. And then, of course, you have SPSS. And SPSS, one of the advantages of this package, and Stata as well, it's that it has a very menu-driven sort of practical approach. So just thinking about being able to kind of click on menu items and then select exactly what you need to do, and then from there you get to the answer that you need. So that's kind of in an overview of what some of the major statistical packages are, and the strengths and weaknesses of those. So now kind of changing gears and thinking about the package here, the statistical package, that actually there's about 7 that have been installed in RStudio. And so this is a really convenient sort of cloud-based app where you can just click on a link and then access these very quickly. So let me kind of show you how the layout is and where all of the menu items are. So just looking at the spaces, you start off with RStudio Cloud, and then this is your workspace right here. And you can see your projects and ones that are there for all access. And so the projects that are listed here are ones that are safe. So the artificial intelligence projects. So in this, the relative risk will be determined. And this is the RStudio project. And then you can create a new space. And let's say you want to create a new space to determine something else. You can easily do that. So for instance, you want to do price comparison. And there's different levels of membership that you can also apply for. So then you have the guide, which shows you what's new, primers, cheat sheets, all of that. And then there's just so many different menu items in this interface and layout that it's really nice to be able to navigate through these things. So not only do you can access these on the right through your workspace, shared spaces, teaching with cloud. So just take a moment when you're going through all of this. Just take a moment to browse through some of these. And here it will show you what's new and primers, and so the basics, work with data, visualize data, and ggplot2, I can attest to this, has really powerful capabilities. So I explore you to, I want you to explore these. some of these cheat sheets are really, really helpful. And this goes into a lot more artificial intelligence. So, for instance, deep learning with Keras is an artificial intelligence sort of a cheat sheet there. So let's go into now looking at the program that you'll have access to. And this is the one I've written. There's a couple of things that this does. It has 7 packages to install. So all you do is you just highlight all of this, and if you want to, you can look at it run. You just select no for all of these. So you don't want to restart hard, but just take a look at what's happening. So all of these are getting installed. And then the library has to be called. So this is a process that you have to complete for any sort of R package that's being run. This is not just restricted to the program I'm showing. So now NHANES has been called, and so you have in this library, you have the NHANES dataset. So the NHANES dataset I've talked about in my previous videos, but for those of you that may be unfamiliar, it's a National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey. And this is a survey that's been going on for many decades now. And the specialty about this is that not only do you have access to biomarker information, but also really important and relevant sort of demographic and measurement information. So for instance, blood pressure and glucose measures and a lot of different measures. Now, if you want to look at how many people have diabetes within your the dataset, NHANES dataset, all you have to do is click on this highlighted and then run it. So how many people in your dataset have diabetes? If you want to answer that question, the answer is 760 individuals. So you've just run your first program and had your first output. So this is exciting to be able to do on your own. And then what you're doing here is you're designating a different name for the dataset. So what you're doing is you're truncating. In other words, the amount of data that you have so that you can focus on the ones that you're most interested in. So then you select run. And so now you have only a handful of variables kind of selected. So you have 11 variables selected below. And then you can take a look at what you have. So now, as you can see below, you have 11 columns, and then 4,403 rows. And so that shows that kind of the parameters of your data set. So if you were to create matrices, then this would be quite a robust data set. So let's take a look at a little bit more here. So if you were to take this and create a split in the dataset, so one that is 80% and then another in 20%. So this would be kind of the system that you would use if you were to go the artificial intelligence route. Now, in this tutorial, I'm not going that route, but it's kind of good to know about that. But let's proceed here, running just kind of a traditional logistic regression model and see what we get. So running a traditional regression model, here's the findings. And so gender appears to be a significant predictor of having sleep trouble. So the research question was that did gender have an association with sleep trouble? Or if you want to put the dependent variable at the beginning of the research question, some people prefer that, then you can say that was sleep trouble associated with gender after controlling for work or occupational status. So then what you can do is kind of take a look at what is going on with the predictive power of the model that you've just created. And this is where I'm going to show you some nice graphs that you've been seeing on the right-hand side and kind of how to draw them. And the beauty of all of this is it's already been written out for you. So if you want to follow along, you just click on the link and then select Run. So the first plot is the ROC curve, the receiver operator curve. And let's take a look at how this one looks like. And I'm excited to say that it worked. And this is a nice ROC curve. So you can kind of zoom in and then select this as your drawing. Then, if you want to create another curve, this is the precision versus recall curve. So let's see how this one looks. So the precision versus recall curve, this is one good figure to go over as well. So this is kind of briefly what it looks like. And so both of these, in their own ways, what they're doing really is showing you the predictive power of the model. And you can kind of look at the findings and look at the actual numbers, and the area under the curve is about 0.6. So that these can be compared to other models and then provide you with further insights. So I hope you've learned in this video not only understanding statistical packages within the context of each other, but running, more importantly, RStudio and seeing how you can use the findings to provide better insights about your models and the predictive power of it. Thank you for listening.